Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nossos programas oferecem vários idiomas. Acesse suprememastertv.com/schedule.
I would say compassion is not only leading us down to a vegan path, but it's also our connection of the interfaith of bringing us together.
Supreme Master Ching Hai gratefully present the Shining World Compassion Award to Thomas Wade Jackson with a token gift of $10,000 to lovingly support his promotion of veganism. May God always bless you and shield you every day.
Please watch on to find out more.
Zdravo, pure-hearted viewers. Zdravo is hello in Serbian, the official language of the Republic of Serbia. I'm Ivanka. The benevolent people of Serbia wish you eternal happiness and glory in the Divine's grace. Welcome to our program, A Prayer for Compassion, an interview with filmmaker Thomas Wade Jackson, vegan, part 1 of 4. Mr. Thomas Wade Jackson is an award-winning American filmmaker, photographer, and musician. In this 4-part series, we are privileged to hear Mr. Jackson share with us what inspired him to do a vegan-focused documentary and the messages he is hoping to deliver through his film, A Prayer for Compassion. The work's creation led the brilliant producer and director on a journey to meet and interview spiritual and religious people from around the world and discover the real connection between veganism and faith.
Warning: you might find the content herein disturbing, but the truth must be revealed.
How can we expect ourselves to have lives of joy and freedom and spiritual clarity when we are sowing the seeds of the opposite of that?
It's almost like some mad scientist designed these systems that are being used now to raise animals. It is absolute insanity.
I don't get how you can love everything Jesus says and then participate in a mechanized system of mass slaughter that involves pain beyond your wildest imagination.
Even keeping quiet and silent about the violence, you are part of that violence.
There's another passage in the Quran that says that because of the wrongs of humanity, there has been much corruption seen in the oceans and on land.
So for a few moments in which we're enjoying what is really just a palate preference, we're taking what is most essential to animals, their very lives. And that's the opposite of compassion, it seems to me.
We are ashamed of our ancestors who owned slaves. We are ashamed of our ancestors who believed in segregation. So too, our grandchildren will be ashamed of what we allowed to happen on our watch. Each of us has to ask ourselves a spiritual question. What side do I want to tell my grandchildren I was on? Was I on the side of mercy and compassion, or was I on the blind side that helped to perpetuate suffering?
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little
My name is Thomas Jackson, and I'd been vegan for about 8 years when my daughter was born. But after she was born, I saw this movie called Cowspiracy. And in Cowspiracy, I discovered just how detrimental animal agriculture is to the environment. You know, so it wasn't just a personal choice anymore. So I had the whole notion and realization that, you know, I'm not going to be here for her whole life, and I can't protect her forever. And if we go the way we're going, you know, it's going to be a very scary world when we pollute all of our water. I knew I had to do something. I really felt compelled and called to do something. I said a prayer, you know, I'm like, what would you have me do? And I just started meditating.
In meditation, the underlying idea for a prayer for compassion came to him. However, he initially faced self-doubt and internal resistance regarding whether he could undertake such a project.
But these three things came to my mind when I had the resistance. The first thought that came to my mind was, you'll get the opportunity to ask questions of people that I've been listening to on podcasts like Dr. Tuttle and other spiritual people. You get to sit down with these people that are so brilliant that you admire, and you can ask them questions and you will learn. And my soul went, I love to learn. Tell me more. So this was Spirit's way of getting through my resistance. The second thing it kind of showed me or told me was, you'll come home and you'll edit all this footage. You're going to absorb it. You'll have this information at your fingertips. And I thought, ooh, that sounds interesting too. You know, I like to be able to answer questions of all these people and help them understand why they should be vegan. This would be great. So the third thing it showed me was actually Dr. Tuttle. Because Dr. Tuttle, he had become like this role model of mine. You know, he had written this book called The World Peace Diet. And what it showed me is that he travels the world, all over the world, sharing what he has learned in his research. And the third thing it said is, you will share. Everything it showed me has unfolded. The resources I needed would show up right when they were needed. After I started saying yes and walking in the direction, they would show up time after time after time again.
Let's take a moment for a brief intermission and constructive message. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program, A Prayer for Compassion, an interview with filmmaker Thomas Wade Jackson, vegan, part 1 of 4.
You know, I pray and meditate before all the interviews. I just say, you know, I'm here. Whatever you need, use me. Like that force of love and life, use me to make a better world. And I encourage us all to just be open to being vessels, you know, like the prayer of St. Francis, let me be an instrument of love and peace, and compassion. And what I've discovered, which is a spoiler alert for the film, but all of the traditions that I interviewed are in total alignment with a vegan lifestyle. Not only that, a vegan lifestyle exemplifies their teachings of compassion. One of the things I really have become very excited about is interfaith. You know, we created an interfaith vegan coalition in 2016. You see us create it in the film. Because when I first had the idea, I just knew it'd be about spirituality and veganism. Now, my first interview was with Victoria Moran, who is our producer and connected me with everybody. She says, you know, all religions have compassion as one of their base things. You know, can't we all agree, despite whatever your religion is, that we should be compassionate to each other and to all of life? Like, that's the thing that really connects all religions. So I believe compassion is the door in to bringing peace between the religions, because I'll tell you, interviewing people from all of these walks, they all have similar things in common. They all share that we have a body temple, that there's a spirit that resides in that body temple, that you should take care of that body temple. That's very clear. That goes right with a plant-based diet. You know, it goes right along. They all say you should take care of the environment, be stewards of creation. You know, we should be concerned that we are polluting our water and that we're using our water. Each of us, if we are spiritual, we are stewards here, and we have a responsibility to take care of this planet. Every path that I studied tells us that. And that goes along with a vegan diet. There's a lot less of a footprint. And the third thing that they have in common is that they tell us we should take care of each other. You know, we shouldn't be selfish by taking all the resources and by eating animals. It takes all these resources, this water and this land. You know, they eat 5 times the food we do just to feed us a little bit of not even very nutrition at all, you know, and it's all toxic now because they're being fed ground up fish. They've all got the toxins in their body. So there's nothing healthy about it for us or the environment. And that goes against all the teachings of all the past. And the fourth thing I would say is that all the past tell us we should be taking care of animals. We should be loving animals, that they're our companion. I heard somebody ask the question in the creation story, when Adam was lonely, what did God do? And everybody said, he created Eve. But no, when he was lonely, he created the animals. Animals were here to be our friends, not our food. And then later it goes on to say we have dominion over animals. In the same verse it says that God has dominion over us, which our dominion should be as God's, which is love and kindness and mercy. You know, and then you go 3 verses later, after we're told we have dominion, it tells us to eat plants exclusively. Like, I grew up Christian, I had no idea how it all, the first conversation between God and humans, how it really spelled out that animals are not here to be eaten, that they're our companions, and that we should only, you know, healthy plants. When it comes to compassion, doing the least harm to all of creation is the tenet of all these paths. I would say compassion is not only leading us down to a vegan path, but it's also our connection of the interfaith of bringing us together, giving us something that we can work on together.
Supreme Master Ching Hai gratefully present the Shining World Compassion Award to Thomas Wade Jackson, with a token gift of $10,000 to lovingly support his promotion of veganism. May God always bless you and shield you every day.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy and or any good cause over the years, as a humble vessel for Here's compassion and love toward Here's precious children.
To learn more about Thomas Wade Jackson's work and watch A Prayer for Compassion, please visit aprayerforcompassion.com. Please tune in again on Saturday, July 18th for A Prayer for Compassion, an interview with filmmaker Thomas Wade Jackson, vegan, part 2 of 4, to learn more about his journey in making the documentary. Sensitive viewers, we were honored to have you with us for today's program. Coming up next is Earth Store Bodhisattva Sutra, The Entrustment of People and Gods, part 1 of 4, on Between Master and Disciples, right after Noteworthy News. May your God-given qualities of nobility and love continue to shine brightly.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.